Donald Trump can actually make traders money. Let me explain. Here's how it works. So there's two ways we can take advantage of the Donald Trump stock market economy. First of all, the stock market has sped up 2x, 4x in just the last year. What that has done is it allowed us to predict moves that are becoming almost laughably obvious. This is based on a whole bunch of hype, a whole bunch of things happening, you know, tariffs or deals with China or deals with Japan or deals with Vietnam or whatever it is, it's shooting up the economy, and then something happens. There's a chink in the armor, and then boom, the market falls. Now that is exactly when I started to buy, because I know that Donald Trump is obsessed with the stock market flying high.
The stock market's at an all-time high.
Well, we've had the greatest stock market in history. The stock market that's gone up 52 times to new highs.
Now, somebody could say, well, that's because he cares about the US economy. Somebody else could say, that's because he only cares about his rich friends. I don't care why he's doing it. I don't care what ideology is driving him to be obsessed with the stock market flying up and only dipping for very short periods of time. But there are 15 times since February of 2025, all the way to the end of 2025, where the market dropped a little bit, Donald Trump did something aggressive, and the market shot right up right afterward. And he has the ability to do that. That is not in question. The question is, how do we take advantage of it? Once the market dips by about 2%, I start buying stuff. If it drops a little bit lower, I buy a little bit more. And then boom, it shoots up, huge percentage take. Now this whole play usually took me about 1 to 3 weeks to execute and has not once failed me since December of 2024. What kind of money does it take? In my opinion, it doesn't matter. You can start with 500, you can start with 200, it really doesn't matter. An example of how one could take advantage of this, the S&P 500 is the standard gauge for the stock market. How is it doing? How are the companies generally doing? Is it going up? Is it going down? Well, what I do is if I see the S&P 500 drop by 1 or 2%, I start buying call options that expire in 3 weeks. I just buy those. If it drops lower, I buy even more of the same ones. 1 week later, it's gone up a little bit. 2 weeks later, boom, it goes rocketing up. And I'm seeing incredible returns. And like I said, that has happened 15 times in 2025. Will it continue? I believe so. Why? Because I believe Donald Trump is both capable of influencing the stock market and is obsessed with it going up continually. If this sounds confusing to you, listen up for the next 60 seconds because I will explain how it all works. In 2022, inflation went wild. The Federal Reserve, who regulates how much money gets pumped into the economy by either lowering interest rates, which means more money in the economy, or raising interest rates, which means less money in the economy and less inflation. They have the ability to regulate how much money is going to get injected into the economy and how much basically banks can lend people. And really that's kind of the source of a lot of the money and liquidity that allows businesses to hire more people or allows businesses to invest more or purchase more equipment or purchase more buildings or buy more production facilities or things like that. If the interest rates go up, less money, also less inflation. Interest rates go down, more inflation, but more money. Ever since Donald Trump has come into office, he's been really trying to get those interest rates down and he's been succeeding. We've had interest rate cuts, which means more money into the economy. And he's even gone as far as being willing to fire the chairman of the Federal Reserve, who he feels is being too slow about cutting interest rates. Just that threat caused the stock market to go up. Right when the stock market was starting to crash a little bit, boom, Donald Trump makes that announcement, it goes shooting up. Later on, he says, oh, look, we're having problems with China. Stock market goes down. Just kidding, we sorted those out. Stock market goes up. Oh, we're having problems with the European contracts and agreements that we're gonna make about tariffs and our trade. Stock market drops, he's like, just kidding, and then it goes way up. Repeatedly. As long as the stock market's going up, you're not gonna hear about anything from it. But it starts to go down, he's gonna jump on figuring out a way to make it pop back up again. Even if he has to fly to Japan and get them to agree to invest $2 trillion into the US economy. Or even just the claim of that, Wall Street goes up and up and up. However, there is a tipping point. And you wanna know what that is? All you gotta do is Google PE ratio of the S&P 500. PE ratio is very simple, price to earnings ratio. Price means the value of the company, earnings means how much the company makes. If the company makes $100,000 a year and the company's valued at $50 million, that's an absurd price to earnings ratio. Wouldn't you agree? If you went to a local barbershop and you found out that their profit was $100,000 a year, and the guy said, hey, I'm selling my barbershop, and you're kind of like, oh, I might want to do this. I want to get into like running a barbershop. How much are you selling it for? $50 million. You'd be like, I don't know about that. Like, that's absurd, right? Well, that can happen sometimes where the valuations of the companies themselves are absurdly high. However, let's say the barbershop was selling the company for $400,000. That's a 4x price to earnings ratio. That's pretty good. You might say, that's a good deal. I'll pay $400,000 to be able to make an extra $100,000 a year and then eventually sell it for hopefully more than $400,000 down the line. Great deal. That's a sensible valuation of that company because you can see how the investment opportunity would work out. There have been a few things that have happened in the last few years where valuations have gone to absurd levels. Now, the average level of the S&P for valuations is about 20x. So that means if a company makes this much money and you multiply that by 20, that is how much it is worth in the stock market. As I do this recording, it is at 31x. When it hits above 35, that's when it is overvalued. That's when all the investors are gonna go, all right guys, this ride is done. This rocket ship has run out of fuel. There's nothing left in being able to go any higher. And they will be correct. There will be a correction where the market will drop.
But until it hits over 35, this system should continue to work for me. Now, if it drops way down to 24, it tends to restart and you'll see that same garland effect. Picture a garland on a staircase. Well, all we gotta do is to catch this part of the garland repeatedly.
What's another play that can be actionable immediately? Well, what I do every single day is called 20-minute trading, and it follows a similar kind of garland pattern. I'm in the market for about 1 minute at a time. I have a predictable pattern. The blue line, which is the instrument that I'm trading, and a red line, which is an index that I'm using. And if I see them diverge and I see the blue line become oversold for a moment, I buy, it shoots up, I sell, boom, in and out. Very high win rate. And if you wanna learn exactly how this works, I actually do a web class for free, and that link is in the description of how to get that. That's completely available to you if you wanna find out more about that. But to me, that has been a great way to prevent being in the market during a potential crash because I'm in and out in 1 minute, keeping everything safe for 23 hours and 59 minutes of the day. And then for 1 minute it's exposed and then it's back to being safe again. That system is called 20-minute trader. That is currently becoming and is the go-to for beginner traders to get into trading and learn how to do it with a sensible system. From what I can tell on Google, it is the fastest growing trading school in the country, mainly because of its win rate and because word of mouth. You only trade for 20 minutes a day, that's great. Oh, it only takes about 5 hours to learn. Oh, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of 5-star reviews about people saying how great the community is, how great the mentors are, how easy it is to learn, and how you're literally looking at lines on a chart, how they relate to each other. Blue line, red line, and another line, how they interrelate, buy, sell, done. That's why we have plenty of retirees doing it. We have stay-at-home moms and dads. We have people that work 9 to 5.
And if you wanna learn exactly how this works, I actually do a web class where your questions can be answered live for free. So if you guys wanna learn about that, obviously that is a very structured, simple, easy to learn strategy that can take just a few hours to start learning.
Hit the link in the description that tells you how to join a free web class and you'll be able to check it out. Otherwise, I hope you understand how you can trade in Trump's economy. You can either play the garland of drops and bigger jumps, or you can do this 20-minute trading technique, which literally does not matter if the market's going up, down, or sideways. It could be crashing, flying up, no matter what, you can trade it. Hope you like this video. Feel free to like and subscribe in order to get more fun content about 20-minute trading. This is the channel. This is the go-to place for 20-minute trading, and we will continue to give you awesome, fun, actionable content for you to be able to enter the world of trading safely